So Ezad versus Zanerre on Fraser River. Curious to see what Ezad's build would be. Zanerre doing some standard stuff. So as the French, you're going to go for an early TP. So he'll probably grab this TP. He's going to want to build a house as well, so he's chopping for that house already. On the other side of things, we have Ezad, whose main goal is to find gold treasures. So he's trying to find gold treasures. There's a big button at the Contra house that gives you 4 villagers. It costs 180 of each resource. So there we go. He found 20 coin, and one of the biggest resources that you don't have is going to be gold. So he needs to chop for 15 food, or 15 wood, get his gold. Looks like he's just going to try to snipe this, might go for the snipe on this grizzly bear. And then, just kind of call it. Just make sure. Okay, those are all on. The donations. And, donation notifications are there. Nice. Ooh, that's a good treasure. So as the Inca player, you're kind of looking for trash treasures. So you're not very good at taking the big polar bear or grizzly bear treasures. You want to look for the smaller treasures like these 3 wolves, because your crack shot does area damage. It does a decent amount. So 3 cougars, 3 wolves, 3 coyotes, 4 monkeys. Those are the kind of treasures that you're looking for. That being said, Ezad's already gotten in his Queen's Festival. So he has the 4 vills in. He's looking to train another villager and then send, I'm guessing, 300 wood first. He's yet to pick a deck. There we go. 300 wood first. This is kind of standard right now for Inca. It's a little less greedy than going hardwoods. However, it takes a while for hardwoods to pay off. Now he has the Pescanuca. Meanwhile, in Camp Zanerre, it's looking about standard for the French player. He's got a so far, I mean, I don't see anything. Zanerre's gotten like 50 food. Yeah. So you got that original 50 food. That was right here. And then he's just gonna idle and go up with 1310 or 1320. So I guess what's on his agenda is try to get that stagecoach in as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, Zanerre, or Ezad, doing a great job. Exactly what you want to do. You don't really want to gather this food because, or the wood, because by the time you gather it and throw down the houses, it's already too late. You just want to age as soon as possible. Get this age in, idle this as quick as possible. So, deleting the llama, eating the llama, trying to get that age in. Meanwhile, being pesky with the Nuka. I'm curious. I know Ezad was doing before where he would build this trading post, use his Travraw to build the other one, and then drop a war hut in the middle, and then just get stagecoach as soon as he hits up. So it'll be curious to see if he's going to go for something like that again. So he's already peeling the Explorer off. Probably going to go drop this down. Building 1 Concha in transition. Just being annoying, saying, I don't want you to get this trading post. So it's looking pretty standard. The other side of things, nice little spot for the... At this point, it's still pretty safe, so Zanerre could run his Explorer or his Scout around just to check in that base in case if he wanted to do any sort of pressure with any kind of run bys. So already he's gotten placer mines, gonna get hunting dogs. Not going for a second TP. I guess 125 or 225 is what he's gonna call it. So enough to build a house and then get steel traps. So there we go, 225. Has a villain queue. There's the racks. 4 vills coming out. Inca should be up soon. We already have. Yep. So what Ezad's gonna do is, I'm curious to which he would do first. Is he gonna send the 6? He might send the 5 Poom Spearmen first. Yep, that's what he's gonna do. So 5 Poom Spearmen, drop down a War Hut. Go over there, get the Tambo up, and then the 5 pikemen probably take out the Explorer, and then their next task will be to go down and siege down this trading post. As well, he could probably start getting goodness, that is close. Stagecoach coming in, as well as a villager coming in. So, and then 600 wood. All this looks about right. Ezad's answer, right now he has 5 musketeers in queue. Or he gets 4 out, so I'm guessing they're gonna come sit over here, try to defend this trading post. As of right now, they're just hanging out in base. So 4 villain to 700 wood. So far, gotten all of his upgrades. Steel traps, hunting dogs. Chasky coming to poke in just to see what's going on. He's gonna lose that quite quickly. And then 600 wood following up again. Another 600 wood. So Ezad's just going complete greed. He's gonna get the 2-line TPs, or 2 TP stagecoach. 2 TP line, I think is what I was intending to say there. And then he's also gonna drop down and build as many conscious as he can. So he's already at 6. There is the TP line. Stagecoach is in. 5 jungle bowmen. Gonna keep these plume spearmen safe. And Ezad is currently walking over with his 8. And he's going amalgamation. So he knows this is gonna be a who can greed better kind of game. So getting a little pick off, getting one of those plume spearmen down. He has a stable, so I wonder if he's going to start queuing up stable units. And I think that's 700, yep, 700 coin behind it. The TP does go down, Zanerre's going to pull back, and Ezad's just completely happy with this. He's saying, alright, I've gotten everything I wanted, I have my 11 concha houses in queue. Switching over to coin. I'm curious if he's gonna get the other 2 down. Because you can get 13 concha houses, but maybe it's a little bit too greedy. Maybe he's just gonna slowly add those on later. And then it looks as though he's gonna finish up this batch and then just go straight into Chimu runners. So there's the other 3. Is he gonna keep making? Nope. He's gonna switch over to Chimus now. Probably. Or maybe he's just gonna send 700 coin. That's what he could do. He could send 700 coin and then just go straight up. The other side of things, Zanerre is completely happy with gathering up this coin and going aging. Yep, so he's gonna go up with the Exiled Prince. Still making musketeers, so he might have a little bit of a musketeer mass to defend his falcons. Maybe do somewhat of an aggressive falc push, try to push down one of these TPs, maybe get the War Hut down. And Zanerre is just waiting. He switched these back to XP. He wants to get 700 coin in. Never mind. Never mind. He is going up with the TC wagon. So, what this means is that Zanerre can have 2 TCs in age 1, and he also gets another builder trap wall, which he'll probably drop down a second War Hut with. So, that'll come in, and because this is considered a mercenary shipment, it takes a minute to come in, as compared to 40 seconds. Also, a nice little cheeky Chasky coming out here. You can build Chaskies from the Tambo or the TC, and it's a nice little scouting unit. So Ezad's like, I have no idea. I haven't seen anything from Zanerre this whole time, so I'm gonna run in here and see what the hell is going on. So, map hacks for 40 coin, 40 wood. I like it. Zanerre, on the other hand, is massing musketeers. Because he lost his TP, he does not have a shipment as soon as he hit age 3. So he is waiting for a shipment. Also, he's pumping out some. So he's going to have Vet Musk, and then he's probably going to pump out a batch of 5 curs. And then maybe send 3 more and go with like 8 curs and 18 Vet Musk. On the other side of things, Zanerre just popping down his second town center. Got his 2 war huts. He is happy as can be. Booming away. He has the market in. So far, no market techs. Getting hunting dogs now. And he has finished his concha boom. So he has all 13 of his conchas. Four Chimus coming in, be a little annoying. If Zanerre had Blunderbuss, he can just turn and kill those Chimus right there on the spot. There's 12 of these. They do 11 damage apiece. Yeah. Those 13 CDBs can just turn and kill Chimus. A lot of people, if they saw 2 Husks coming in to fight their villagers, they would just turn and fight them. These are like half health Husks. So you can always turn and fight them. Here we go. It's going to be quite a scary push. At the end of the day, there's only a handful of units here. So what do we got? 22. Oh, there we go. Now when there's 10 of them, yeah, you probably want to get inside. Still not losing a villager. Maybe he'll lose 1. Maybe 2. Yeah, it looks like 2 will go down. And this is kind of what Inca has to do. This is a scary push. But I think these will come back in time. We gotta see what kind of volleys go off. If these volleys go off, it just decimates Jungle Bowmen. Jungle Bowmen only have 90 HP. Each one of these volleys does 300 damage. And it has 3 area damage, so here we go. A little underwhelming, but... And here they come, the Chimus are coming in. Zanerre is quite aware though. He's gonna try to snipe down these Chimus as they come in. There you go. So pretty much 5 Jungle Bowmen went down there. And it's looking a bit scary. It's looking a little dicey. So he's probably gonna be able to take down both of these war huts. I want to see the Harakas. Probably 7 Harakas would be the first shipment. Yep. Only real answer Inca has to cannons is Harakas. Harakas do an amazing job. They do 40 siege damage, so 5 Harakas can one-shot a Falconet. And meanwhile, he's getting Jungle Bowman, elite Jungle Bowman. Behind this, he won't, as soon as this goes down, so it's going to be close. This is going to go down before it comes in. It's going to be really close though. Yep. So these are still just regular bowmen. And here come the Harakas. The Harakas gonna pop out right here and one shot one of the probably take out both the Falcons. Here we go, and there goes one. And There goes the other. So, well done from Ezad dealing with the falconets. That's kind of the scary piece of this. So all he has to do is kite back, not get snared, because these jungle bowmen will tear through all of these units. If he can focus down these pikemen, this will be pretty good for Ezad actually. So there's a big button, which is 10 pikemen. Oh, just fight. Just fight. Just fight. This is such a good fight, I think, for Ezad, or for Zanerre if you just fought. I mean, these do 39 damage, true, but these do 30 splash damage. So it's, at the end of the day, it's probably like 26 to 39. But there is splash damage. I don't know. It depends. And now cap combat is in. Overall, it's still kind of as if France is on a timer. I think if France was a little bit more aggressive earlier, they could have got these 2 TPs, have stagecoach for themselves, and this push would be just great. But there needs to be something done from Zanerre. He needs to get some kind of eco advantage, because as of right now, he's just slowly falling behind in eco. So at this point, I know he was going for a big push. Maybe this could have been 1,000 wood, but we'll see. We'll see. Skirms still do very well against jungle bowmen. They outrange him by 4 range. They have a little bit more of a resistance. They do more damage, and then they also shoot instantly. So very good for kiting purposes. But it looks as though Zanerre says, or Ezad doesn't really care. He just says, you're never gonna push my base, so I'm just gonna build. Oh, never mind. He's sending 9 Chimus. Interesting. I thought he was just gonna let the like the two TCs come in and just say, I don't care. But no. There's 2 warhuts somewhere. There we go. So one's building jungle bowmen, the other one's getting elite Chimu runners. And then I'm guessing it's just gonna be a big Chimu switch. So there you go. 19 Chimu runners coming out right now. And what needs to happen is there's a cool pull tricking thing that you can do as Inca. So if you have less Poom Spearmen than Chimu runners, like Ezad has right now, what you can do is you can take these 19 Chimu runners, run them to the front, and then grab your Poom Spearmen and pull trick them all the way in front. Because the way the formations work is that Chimu runners are behind Poom Spearmen. So let's see if we can see this from Ezad. Not quite, but still, we have the right units where they need to be. If he can kill these Cuirassiers, but they'll just melt. Oh, this is just Inca's terrible spot. Pikemen are on the wrong spot. Zanerre looks like he's just gonna absolutely crush this fight. Very well positioning from Zanerre. He had his musketeers tanking the Poom Spearmen. Cuirassiers were absolutely destroying Chimu runners, and now these jungle bowmen are just gonna get run down. They stand no chance. So even though the fight was absolutely won super hard, is it enough? Because Ezad's just so far ahead in eco. He has 52 villagers, he has 1 stagecoach, he has about 18 Poom Spearmen coming out. But are these Poom Spearmen going to be enough? Zanerre can just poke down these Poom Spearmen. So there's, oh, 3 Kurs going down though. So he just needs to kill these Poom Spearmen, and again, Kurs on jungle bowmen is a recipe for disaster. There's another 8 Boom Spearmen coming out. So just very, very well done. And then just more Boom Spearmen, just infinite Boom Spearmen coming out, just trying to deal with these heavy cavalry units. So again, it's looking pretty close, but I think just Ezad's eco is just gonna squeak away. He has about 20 more bills, but since these are CDBs, so there's about 45 CDB or 45 villagers worth of CDB out on the field. They are fully upgraded, so they have both steel traps as well as amalgamation in. He does have cav combat, goons coming in. I just think that there needs to be a little bit more, some more form of booming that Ezad would need in order to deal with Inca's boom. So there we go, we have a third town center coming down, 2 more coming in, so that'll be 5. Zanerre has, or Ezad has no reason to stop pumping out units. He's just gonna go completely greedy, rely on his concha boom. He did lose one, so he needs another one of these in order for this to work. What I would like to see is, I would like to see him dance for his explorer back, or just get his explorer up and drop a stronghold right here in the middle. Nice little Chimu raid coming out, getting at least 1 bill, maybe more. So 1 town center, both the town centers going down right here. These Chimus are gonna just try to run through and get to the other side. It would be cool as if Zanerre drops a little wall right here. But goons do an absolutely great job. But he wants to disconnect his goons from his cuirassiers. Reason being, goons have 7.25 speed and cuirassiers have 6.25. So the vet cuirassiers are going to slow down that goon mass. And he's just going to find his way back, and there we go. Inca dropping down. Inca dropping down a stronghold. Meanwhile, dropping down 2 more TCs, so he has 5 all day. And he needs to rebuild this TP as soon as he can. Ezad has all of the tier 1 techs, and oh, now he's going to be pushing this side here. The little native scout that could spotted this town center and is hopefully going to be taking it down. And then he has a little wall here so that he can retreat behind the wall as soon as that comes in. Stronghold's coming through. I wonder if Ezad's going to build any units from that stronghold. These are pretty jacked cuirassiers. The only thing is that they get a run back to the stronghold and garrison the stronghold. But so far, this has been a pretty good trade. It looks as though that native scout's making sure that he can't repair it. But again, Ezad can just pop in the stronghold. Now all of his units are safe, and then he'll pop them out and try to burn down this town. It's just unfortunate. Where his barracks is and the way that this map is set up, it's pathing them around this little river thing. So those will go down. 76 villagers now from Ezad. Just got in his road building, so all of his units are just a little bit faster. And then almost on double eco. Town center coming down now, but Ezad surely sees that. He has some cuirassiers here to pick up this Chimu mass. Chimus definitely can't fight this, so they just gotta keep running. Losing the explorer, but as well trading off some villagers and just continuing to run through and be annoying. If there's a way that France could force a fight, I think he would win it pretty hard, but Ezad's doing a good job of just running him around and saying, I never want to fight. I don't have an army to beat yours. So let's just keep not fighting. And I'm just going to let my eco win this game. So even getting a farm and getting some of the upgrades for his villagers on the farm. And if they can connect, I think Ezad should just be, or Zanerre should just be happy with that fight. He should just take the fight. A lot of bills going down. I know there is Poom Spearman on Cav, but what is that tech? Exactly. So there's jacked Cav against pikemen. I know that those are the best pikemen, or one of the best pikemen in the game, but still it is Cuirassiers against pikemen. Just the splash damage, it's just too much. So again, doing a great job. He does have some bolas in here. Bolas do pretty well at range, but again, these are like musketeers, so they just get absolutely destroyed by the skirmishers. I don't know how many villagers he's had lost there, but he's still at 88, so he's not hurting in that department. So maybe drop his skirmisher to revive that explorer, get that town center up. Hope that'll start booming for him. But the story of this game has just been Ezad going absolutely greedy and not being punished for it. Like, Zanerre has traded way better, but being able to just go greedy and not care. And now these Chimus have a little bit more tech on them. So they have the Chimu tech, which means they're allowed to snare, as well as they get a little HP buff. And now all these skirmishers are just gone. So this is kind of spelling the end for the game. Ezad has his 99th villager in queue, whereas Zanerre is only on 38 bills. And I mean, these Chimus are going to get absolutely destroyed, but still, it's just a question of, I trade better than you, however, I just have more stuff than you. And sitting at 99 bills, there's not too much more the French player can do. We have 3 food techs, so we have about steel traps. A little bit better than steel traps on these villagers, but that'll be GG. Really solid strat from Ezad. I think if Zanerre would have found a way to do a little bit more damage with his push, it was just unfortunate that 7 Harakas popped out and killed both of his Falcons. So it was very well timed from Ezad. He knew exactly how much he could get away with. And even though he lost 3 buildings, he still has another town center here, and he had his original town center. So even if he lost this town center, he still had his original town center, and by then, the 7 Harakas would do great there. So well played from Ezad. That puts him at 1-0. And that's it. That's the story of the game right there. So even though, if we come look at military, Zanerre did a great job of trading. Much better trading. He even raised down buildings, but at the end of the day, the problem is he didn't trade this efficiently. And that's where the problem lies, is that it's just too much eco to overcome Sweden. So Sweden got 2 town centers, they got to age 3, they kept building villagers, and then at some point they had 4 town centers, and they're just running away with their eco. And it shows here. So GG overall. But wow. Like always ahead in military. But there's just infinite reinforcements. The classic Zulu. So we will hop into game 2. Alright. Interesting matchup. I am always of the opinion that India is just better than Sweden. I remember playing this matchup when DE first came out, and I always thought that of the civs that are great versus Sweden, it was India. Mainly being because they had Gurkha and a strong musketeer unit, so they got skirms and strong musketeers. And Ezad's just getting all of the llamas. So each llama is 0.12. So what does that mean? That means 5 llamas is 0.6, equal to a church, and 10 llamas is 1.2, which is 1.2 TPs. So it takes about 9 llamas to be equal to a TP. And so Ezad right now is getting 6. He's going to have 8, so he's going to get 0.96 XP per second. So he pretty much gets a free TP just by going over here and picking up all these yaks. It's very important on Pampas Sierras that you come over here and you at least contest some of the yaks. Because then you get, llamas. Because then you get llamas and India doesn't. So they might not be that useful for you, but it's just useful to not let India have them. Meanwhile, in Camp Zanerre, we have 2 TPs going down. He even shot one of these. So as of right now, he is getting, both torps are gathering from this guanaco. And what he could do, maybe he'll do it later, but he could bring a Vil over here and then shoot this over towards this mine. It is a nice map actually for Sweden because you do have pretty much everywhere that there's a mine, there's a guanaco hunt right next to it. So you can always have herds or huntable units as well as gathering from mines. So that is kind of what Sweden likes to do, is get as many mines and hunts together so that their torps can be maximized. We do have a treasure contention here. 80 wood, who will it go to? It's gonna go to Ezad. So Ezad did a great job of stunning, which has a little bit extra damage, does about 30 damage. And so he stunned and hit that blowgunner for 30 damage while picking up the treasure with the other explorer. Excuse me, so he has 10. So he must have picked up, I wonder if he picked up a treasure. Yep, he picked up 2 llamas. So Ezad picked up 2 llamas, so now he has 10 llamas, so he has 1.2. 1.2 TPs in base, or 2 churches. Just auto-generating experience. Already he has a villager out here ready to drop down the aggro. Probably gonna drop the aggro right in here. It's a nice little spot for an aggro to go. And then on the other side of things, Ezad's just now clicking up, sending out some villagers to go build torps. All of his villagers go over to wood, try to get as many torps down as possible. I'm curious as to what Ezad's plan is. Does he go 12 Sepoy, try to deny some of the torping operations, or does he just decide, I don't mind if you torp, I'm gonna boom myself? So I figure most likely there's gonna be some kind of Sepoy aggression to deny Sweden what it wants to do. But we will have to see. Disgusting.
Huh?
So now these
Adesh?
Inca monks, or India monks, are even stronger. They're going to be insane. Just such a great unit for tanking, for snaring, stomping, being annoying, and adding 40% HP to it makes them even more annoying. So far, Ezad has dropped a torp here. He has one torp over here. And he's just going to chop to do a barracks as soon as he hits up. I think he could be even more aggressive and drop more torps down. But we will have to see what kind of... This is the kind of the safe play from Zanerre. I don't think Zanerre is spotted. Okay, so he just now sees the one hunt mine there, and then there's another one behind his base over here as well. So he does have enough to drop another torp. Not quite dropping it yet. Maybe he goes for a second barracks first? No, there we go. He's dropping a torp on the other side there. Meanwhile, Ezad's doing a great job of getting his market techs. He has gotten all of them so far. So every single tier 1 market up he has 2 shipments banked up because, again, he got 10 llamas in age 1. So 700 wood and diplomatic intrigue. So he's gonna drop down a little consulate as soon as he can. Meanwhile, he's gonna probably get out 5 Sepoy, send him over here, send 2 over here. He's just gonna go around the side of the map, just looking for any sort of torps that are going up. We have the Carolean charge already, trying to save the Explorer. I think all they will get is Buck the Tame Wolf, though. So Buck the Tame Wolf has gone down. In the meantime, Zanerre very quick to react. So he sees those Sepoys. He's at 90 torp pop already, so he has 3 over here. Another one dropping down here, another one dropping down here. Going for leather cannons, so 700 wood into leather cannons. A little bit on the lesser of the greedy side. He could probably get away with just doing ironworks. Very nicely done, picking up that villager. He's going to deny all 3 of these torps. There isn't enough Caroleans here just yet to defend, and then he's going into Gurkhas. Has he dropped down? The consulate's being built right now, so he's going to have that consulate up as soon as this diplomatic intrigue is in. He will probably go for the autocons as well. He's still going for just get all of the market techs possible. So far he has all the tier 1s, he's getting all the tier 2s, and behind this even going even more greedy, going foreign logging. So sending 3 economic shipments, and then probably an autocons coming out, followed up by 4 bills first. Here come the leather cannons. Leather cannons will give Zanerre the edge in this early H2 battle. So far, none of the torps have actually gone down. So even though these have kind of been low HP, they haven't quite gone down just yet. And Gurkha will do well. However, they do get one shot by leather cannons. So this is one of the thresholds where any skirmisher in H2 gets one shot by leather cannons. So we did not have the 4 bills come out. First card to be sent will be the 3 Ottoman Hussars. And then do we have a house going down? Yep, there's the house going down, and then there's Imperial Bureaucracy. So far, I want to say India is quite happy with what they've done. I mean, they got away with just as much of a boom. They've made Sweden send 2 leathers before ironworks. So both of them want to go as greedy as possible. And India has gotten away with even more greed. The only thing that India was missing from a greed standpoint is if they went 4 vills instead of the 3 hussars. But these 3 hussars are just going to be running around looking for any vills that are out torping. Ezad doing a good job of not losing too many units, getting a torp, walking away. So here come 2 Huss. They might get 1 Vill. They'll definitely probably get this Vill. She got lost. They told her to evacuate, but she's deaf and she didn't hear the evacuate town bell go off, so she's lost, but he does pick up 2 Huss for the matter, and then he does get this other torping Vill out here. So far Sweden's lost 3 Vills and just 2 torps. One of those has been rebuilt. Here's another one dropping down. Overall, being at 150 torp pop is not a bad place to be sitting as Sweden. But the issue lies, Sweden is nowhere close to aging up. And that's what they want to do. Oh no. Leather cannons don't have the greatest range resist, so if you do get in range with your skirms, you will be able to take them down pretty quickly. Meanwhile, 600 coin coming through, and it looks as though India's just gearing up for an age up. So they've done their full greed. Tier 2, Tier 2, Tier 2. These are steel trapped villagers. We have log flumed villagers, and then we have even better, or I guess that's about amalgamation. Might be, no, yeah, that's amalgamation. So 30%.
Engine.
Ezad still looking for villagers torping. There's a torp here, but it looks as though the hunts have gotten away from Zanerre's torps. And Zanerre is at 180 torp pop, so ecos I would say are probably India's behind a little bit, I would say. I don't really know, but if I were to guess, as of right now, oh, I can tell. So
Engine.
we have about 1,500 resources coming in right now, whereas Sweden's bringing in about 1,500. So they're about the same. However, 300 of the resources that India are bringing in is wood. And Zanerre's only been on 1 Rax this whole game. It's kind of insane to me. There we go, blasting a Gurkha. Maybe get another one, blasting another Gurkha. So every time a leather cannon shoots, a Gurkha dies. We have Zanerre getting up first because he went up with the exiled prince, whereas we have the Charminar Gate coming up, and ooh, what does this change to? So instead of 1.2, wait, how does that work? Are these 0.3 now? Yeah. So they get 1.2 originally, and then they get 1.8, so they get 0.3. So this is as if he built this, so instead of getting 1.2, wow. Instead of getting 1.2 XP a second, he's now getting 3 experience per second for 250 wood. So he just got 1.8 TPs for 250 wood. So what I didn't know about it, India, is you can drop this sucker down. 1.8 TPs for 250 wood sounds really good.
Evet.
So far, he has not sent, he did not send the 4 villas from the auto consulate. He's just going to use these sea jellies. He knows the only thing that is scary from Sweden is falconets. So I will just counter you with siege elephants. And now can just push with no fear whatsoever. Oh. Jaegers coming out. Jaegers will do some things. Jaegers do very well against Sepoys. They do 60 damage a shot. Caroleans do well against the other things here. Losing a couple villagers. Very nicely done from Ezad. Sniping down the barracks. But these elephants just tanking like crazy. We still have 10 Jaegers here. And looks like Jaegers are just gonna clean house. But at what cost? How many I don't know how many villagers went down, but just absolutely carnage coming over here. I don't think these Jaegers will be the saving grace, but they did pretty well in that one fight. But it's just like, at what cost? What do we have here? 3 range. And is it 10% attack still? No, it's just 3 range. I just don't see pushing past this. India is just sitting pretty. They have their Gurkhas, they have their Sepoys. Over here, sieging down torps. Gonna get all 5 of these torps. That is not gonna go well, my friend. So now, Ezad's got these villagers trapped, and Zanerre's gonna try to push and say, hey, look at me, I'm over here. But I think those 3 Husks are gonna do very well. Still have 2 leather cannons in there. So far they're doing well. Definitely doing well, but it just doesn't seem... These Gurkhas are just tearing through all the Caroleans. We still have 8 Jaegers, and we got 6 more on the way. So we have 14 Jaegers, but I just don't think it's enough. I think India is just, again, too far ahead. There's only 20 villagers on the map. All these villagers have just been getting run down. And Gurkhas just do well. Losing the Mansabdar, that will bring these down just to 20 attack. Mansabdar does give... Oh, but now these 2 elephants are gonna stomp. Let's see it. Stomp. Easy. First, what is it? 10%. Easy first attacks. It gotta be a stomp. Let's see another stomp. Oh, there you go. Stomp. And throws in the towel. Yeah, I mean, like I was saying at the beginning, this is not a matchup I would click into. Sweden just has no answer for Sepoy Gurkha, this aggro fort, the threat of 2 siege jellies. So, like, you'd have to do... Zanerre would have to do something along the lines of some H2 play. But, I don't know. India just ahead in Eco. Eco's good. And it could just be that Ezad forced Zanerre to send 2 leather cannons. If this wasn't 2 leather cannons, this curve right here in the middle would be a little bit higher. And who knows, maybe that would be something. But this is kind of disgusting. Just not contesting those llamas. And there's also llama treasures where you get 2 llamas and 3 llamas, and there's a bunch of livestock treasures that India can go pick up, and then you just goes picks up those treasures, and it's really cool. I really like the Sacred Grove. It's actually very much worth it. 1.8 on top of the 1.2, so you get 0.3. So getting 3 experience a second from these llamas is pretty insane. But alright. Zanerre did not get a llama, no. So let us hop in to game 3. And that does put Ezad at match point.
Verstanden.
Alright. Manchuria. Very classic map. It looks as though this is the version where there's 2 that spawn in the middle. So I believe there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One, 2, 3. Did you already grab one? There should be 12 yaks on this map. 6 spawning across the middle, and then a handful spawning elsewhere. We have Ezad as Sejamins, of which he's already picked up 45 coin. So, does he already have? He's at hunting dogs.
Aufgabe.
So Ezad built a market and a house, but he's not going for
Hallo.
hunting dogs. I guess he doesn't want to. I don't know the logic behind that, but he just decided I don't care for it. Meanwhile, Brit is just going 2 manners. Do we have a water agenda from either player? That says no. Ezad, on the other hand, hasn't quite figured out what he wants to do yet. So, I mean, it's pretty safe to do this, so he's just running around exploring with these yaks because he's assuming Zanerre's on the other side of the map, which is a pretty safe assumption. There's no way that Zanerre has gotten all the way back behind his base at this time. I'm guessing you can go up with a 16 bill age up because, yep, it looks about 16 bill. So he decided not to go hunting dogs. He's just gonna age up 16 bill versus Brit.
Aufgabe.
He's got his eyes on this 80 wood treasure. Zanerre, on the other hand, is aging now, so he'll be up about 12 seconds earlier, give or take. Ish.
Ja.
So aging up now. He ate all of his yaks, and what will Zanerre do? No market just yet. Ezad gets the 80 wood.
Aufgabe.
He has gang saw coming through, and it looks as though it's gonna be a stock play.
Aufgabe.
Dock with rendering plant. You saw it here first.
Bereit.
Ezad again is sticking to his formula. If you don't greed, what are you doing? So, drop down fishing boats. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, we do have a market out. Not Gangsaw and Gangsaw as well as hunting dogs. Not quite in yet for Zanerre.
Ich bin verwundet.
He does get the Explorer down. I wonder if Ezad knew his Explorer was going to go down, so he decided to go for the dock. But it kind of looks as though he always had something like this in mind. So Ezad just says, I don't care. And he's gonna just boom like crazy. Zanerre does have a mid-map barracks, which is kind of scary against Germany. Typically you drop a, in this matchup I like to drop a forward tower, but... And pikemen starting.
Ready.
Zanerre has seen nothing. But it's hard to see something when there is nothing to see. Just insane greed. TP, 2 docks, no military building, 700 wood.
Ja.
And he's gonna get away with it. Zanerre has gotten still no upgrades yet for the vills. He is building a few more manors. He will be up to 80 manor pot. Does have 10 pikemen. The 10 pikemen will go to burn down the market. He should path and go grab this TP, but I don't think he's recognized that the TP has gone down yet. You have more manors coming out.
Yes.
I think it's just bugged.
Commandment.
Yeah, for whatever reason,
Tile. Yes.
maybe this one wasn't played on the UI,
Tile.
because he does have steel traps in.
Yes.
He doesn't have Gangsaw, but he does have steel traps in.
Tile.
He forgot to build this house. And now Ezad, I mean, making good of, or Zanerre is making good of these pikes. Might as well just burn down, a bunch of, German houses, because there's nothing here. Meanwhile, Germany has sent 700, 600. No rendering plant just yet.
Bereit.
No gill nets just yet. Just dropping down some extra houses because he lost 2. And gonna go out for a raid. I mean, just like... You gotta... When you see this, and just 1 TP, you gotta go check this out. Especially after seeing a deck that has these things in it. Like, there's no way that Germany's not doing anything. You gotta know Ezad's up to no good. Like, you think Ezad's just like, I'ma let you boom. Don't worry about it. You just gotta go and poke your head somewhere. Just send a longbow along the coast. I know it's a little bit unheard of Germany doing some water shenanigans, but in this position, you just gotta smell something's wrong. He did get the TP in transition. Well, it wasn't quite in transition, it was after he aged up. But still, like, no units have been harassing you. You saw he just came with 5 crossbows. It's after the timing of which Germany would have been up. You haven't seen any aggression. You see one barracks popping down pretty late.
Ja. Ja.
And you just got
Bereit.
18 fishing boats out here having a jolly old good time. Not too often do you get to see Brits have less villagers than Brits' vill counts being lower than Germany's. Just absolute insanity.
Hallo?
So we do have placer mines in. We also have
Ich bin verwundet und kann mich
Aufgabe?
nicht bewegen.
just placer mines. Placer mines and gang saw. 5 more dops in queue. 5 dops. So 5 dops. He's gonna have
Ja.
13 crossbows and 8 dops to defend. And then he also has Minutemen. Just absolutely no idea.
I feel a bit stronger now. Commandment.
And then these handful of Ulans just running the Brit player around.
I am sorry.
Nice little buyback of the Explorer from Ezad. So he bought back his Explorer, he popped out the 8 crossbows, as well as called the Minutemen. He's gonna try to kill these longbows. Pikes finally catching up to the Ulans, trading 1 for 1. 1 Ulan for 1 pike, or for 1 villager. He really needs to kill that Explorer so that his longbows can get away. Because if these, if the dops connect, it's gonna be a bad day to be a longbowman. About all the dops are cleaned up, but still, this is just an even trade pretty much for Germany. And Germany just has more vills, he's raiding vills at the same time. Just, he's not looking good for Camp Zanerre. Pikemen are about 10 seconds behind the Ulans. Longbowman's doing well against crossbowmen, but still, any trade that Ezad can get is a good trade. Even if it's not an even trade, just he's just trading off units, and he's saying, alright, doesn't matter because I have 24 fishing boats.
Bereit.
They have long lines on them, or long lines are coming in, they have rendering plant and gill nets on them. So Ezad's eco is going to the moon, and I kind of like this from Ezad. Ezad says, you want to stay H2? I'll stay H2. I have 53 villagers plus 862 villagers.
Hallo?
He has hunting dogs
hallo?
now, gang saw still,
Bereit. Hallo?
and then placer mines,
Bereit.
and then great coats. So Ezad has not a care in the world. dops and 700 wood. 700 coin. Making dops, making ulans.
Auftrag.
Ready to smash. Could even drop down another 3.
Ja. Auftrag.
3 fishing boats, but he feels as though
Es geht mir besser. Ja. Auftrag.
we got 16 on whales. Missing a whale? Oh, there's the other whale. So there's one more whale down here. Okay, there's the ulans. Ezad running around. This will be canceling that last batch, getting rid of a villager, doing a little trade. Gonna be agent here. There we go. Going up. The exiled prince. Probably drop down a second Rax. I don't know. He's got 700. Yep, there's a second Rax dropping down. Getting steel traps now. Just at this point, he has too many resources. He can do whatever he wants with them, and
Ja.
just won't make a difference.
Richtig.
So we do have some Hus trading off some Ulans. This is not going to be a great trade for Zanerre, but okay, we did lose 3. It was a 3 for 3 trade, but these two looks like they're going to be picked off. So 5 for 3, maybe 6 Ulans going down.
Bereit.
And Zanerre is going for big Dopsh. Ezad Zanerre accidentally sending the coin up front.
Bereit. Auftrag.
Ezad's gonna crush with some vet Dops and some vet Ulan. He's fully ready for a hand infantry combat. I don't know if these are actually going to get into contact with all those units. I would like for them to. I don't know if they will.
Bereit. Auftrag.
We got breastplate coming in, so these are going to get another 10% HP, so they're going to be at, what, plus 24, 12, 12, 312, up, and goodbye. That's not. So, cover mode. Let me tell you. Let us learn from Zanerre's mistake. When units go into cover mode, they turn their resistance into range resistance. So any hand infantry can go into cover mode, of which they get 50 range resistance. However, putting them into cover mode against melee dops, they will just instantly die, because they no longer get their 20% melee resist. It's just gone.